All right, so in short, I know this is gonna give you guys blue balls because this is an early screening, but honestly, this film is magnificent. I mean, I love how old fashioned it is. The throwbacks to like 60s, 70s style films, but is this like Quentin Tarantino's best film to date? Is it better than Django, for example? Is it my favorite Quentin Tarantino film? No, but I mean, definitely not. No, but I mean the technical aspects, visually, the way that the audio is reproduced, the acting. I mean, it's all top notch, and there's just some nasty, just like like character deaths, and there is some juicy dialogue. Definitely not his best dialogue, but there was one piece of dialogue in particular from Samuel L. Jackson that was just insane. It is highly recommended. Please go see this shit. It is not his best, but Quentin has. I don't think he's made a bad film yet, so definitely go check it out. It is some savage fun. I mean, let's just start with the score. Ennio Morricone, I think that's how you say his name. But the score is great. I think this is the most memorable score from a Quentin Tarantino film. Sorry if I butchered his name, but yeah, I thought the score was just exceptional for a Quentin Tarantino movie. I mean, it stood out. It was very, very memorable. And the cinematography. Guys, this was shot in, I believe, 65 millimeter and projected at 70 millimeter, I believe. Oh my god. I mean, I know that Quentin Tarantino used some of the same lenses from like Ben-Hur and shit on this movie, and it shows. I mean, shots like this, the environment outside of the cabin that we spend, nearly, I think about almost 3 hours in, are just gorgeous. I mean, I really want to see the film again just on the visual aspect of this film alone. I love all the costume work, particularly Samuel L. Jackson's costume. I thought was just dope as fuck. And like seriously, this film. Like it makes you feel cold. Like it makes you feel like you're in the middle of a blizzard. It makes you feel. I mean, granted, it's actually cold here because I'm in Wisconsin, but I felt like I needed to be huddled up in a blanket watching this movie. People who are like cinephiles and movie buffs will understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, so the cinematography is like flawless to me. I just thought it was exceptional. And just visually in general, just like all the camera pans and tracking shots. There's one sequence where Kurt Russell's walking and like we're like looking down at him at the top of his head as he walks over to this guy from Kill Bill. But I just love how raspy and just I am the kind of son who goes to see his mother on Christmas. I just fucking loved it. That dude's voice is sick. And Kurt Russell with his handlebar mustache is just awesome. Just barking orders, getting in everybody's face, trying to figure out like who's hiding something from him. But I think, I mean, all the performances are great. I love how Tim Roth, it was almost like he went through two different accents. Like I think his accent in the flashback and then the rest of the film are different from each other. I think I could be wrong about that. But I thought, and Channing Tatum, even though he was in there for just a little bit, I thought he was fantastic. I loved the accent he had going on, and I totally bought him. I mean, I am just slowly and more being impressed by Channing Tatum. I thought he really held his own in this film. So it was a great surprise. I totally forgot he was in the cast for this movie, so I thought he did fine. But the whole cast is great. But there's three standout performances in this film. Samuel L. Jackson as Warren. And Jennifer Jason Leigh as Daisy Domergue. She was just exceptional in this film. I mean, there's times where like she made me laugh. Like there's one time where we find out that Samuel L. Jackson has been lying. He's been lying about the Lincoln letter, and there's this time where Daisy was like cracking up at that. And she was like, "You got sass, nigga." That part cracked me up. I gotta be honest with you. There were times where she, like, in a very darkly humorous way, she made me laugh. Like on this scene where she's like, or just there's times where like Kurt Russell. That one part where Kurt Russell like vomited blood all over her. And or when Channing Tatum gets his fucking brains like blowing out all over her face. Like I just thought her performance was so brave and bold, and she really stood out to me and was a very memorable character. I thought she did fantastic. I mean, she just was just so reckless and just I loved her performance. Kurt Russell was cool. There was one time where he was like with his mustache, and I was like, man, I wish I had a fucking mustache like that. And he wasn't as badass as I hoped he was going to be, but he was still sick. With that being said, there's definitely some savage death scenes. The Mexican guy who gets his face blown out. Jesus fucking Christ. Samuel L. Jackson getting his nuts blown out. There's this one bitch who was holding like jelly beans or something. She was holding like jelly beans in the flashback sequence. That bitch got blown the fuck away. Whoa. There's definitely some great deaths in this movie, but I don't know. This movie, all the surprises definitely took me away, so there's a lot of great unexpected surprises, but the film was almost everything that I wanted to large extents, but it just didn't exceed my expectations. But holy fuck, this film is a lot of fun. I can't wait to on a cold or rainy day or when I'm sick to have me a nice cup of whiskey and watch this film, or to watch this film with a group of people who've never seen it and just watch them get totally mind fucked by the awesomeness of it. And the sequence where Samuel L. Jackson is telling the story about that naked guy that he walked through the snow, who he made him like suck him off. That shit was just Quentin Tarantino is a fucking no fucks given. Great filmmaker. But I just don't know that this is a masterpiece. I just don't know about all that, I mean, it's amazing that he found a way to make this whole film take place in one location, but I think it kind of hurt it a little bit. Because it's a very slow film, and it's not like it's Quentin Tarantino's best dialogue of all time or anything. But I had a blast with this film, but it just didn't exceed my expectations. I'm feeling a very strong 9 out of 10 with this one. I can't wait to see it again, and I think it's one that will definitely grow on me as well. But what did you think about this film? Let me know down below. Yeah.